everyone. How's it going? Actually, this is not directed to everyone. This is mostly targeting all you Wii U owners. That's right, I've got a question for you guys. Oh, wow. Hopefully my program didn't crash. Okay, it didn't crash. Good. I got a question for you, all you Wii U owners out there. And it's relating to the recent, well, not so recent, those little announcement of, okay, EA doesn't want to do a couple of things with the Wii U, Ubisoft, they don't want to put their mature games on the Wii U. What was it? Heard about Activision not really putting Call of Duty on the Wii U now. So after all of this, and here's my question to you all: Do you really care about these franchises and titles? And here's where I'm coming from. I don't see any of these publishers' titles as being memorable. Now, let's say I've played a couple of Assassin's Creed, right? But to me, I don't really see a big difference between them all. I do not remember specific heart-pounding scenes from them, nor do I have any, attachment to any of them. That's what I mean. So when I look at, let's say, let's give a quick look to Far Cry, alright? I've played Far Cry 3, I streamed it a few times. I still need to get back to that, but that's after the Yakuza run, okay? But Far Cry to me is not memorable at all. Like, there's no specific scenes that I'll keep remembering or play the game again to, play the game. It's a fun open world game, but I'll barely remember anything about this game in a year or so. The only, let's say, big example or big title from Ubisoft that I'll actually remember is like Rayman Legend, and that's mostly because I'm getting this Super Mario style co-op with two of my buddies. But aside from that, I don't get anything, any big memories out of that game. I can say the same thing, the exact same thing about Call of Duty, except Black Ops 2, because Treyarch gives a fuck about their single player, and Treyarch gives a fuck about their replayability and writing. Yet, aside from that, that's it. So, when I hear about such companies, holding their nose high up and saying, well, we're not going to publish on this, we're not going to do this on Nintendo, it just gives me the look. I don't know, I just don't flinch. I give them the look, just going, really? Okay, well, I'm not missing much. Guess what I'm gonna remember on the Wii U? I'm gonna remember Bayonetta. I'm gonna remember Wonderful 101. I'm gonna remember Super Mario 3D World, because they have element and aesthetics that I won't, or technically haven't really seen everywhere else. Like, when it comes to Call of Duty, the things that's dragging it down on other aspects, aside from, Treyarch being full of win and badass, I have a lot of respect for Treyarch, if you don't notice. So aside from Treyarch and Black Ops, Call of Duty seems to be just this generic shooter. And there's nothing really that's gonna keep, that's gonna stick in my head and go, I remember the time where I did this in Call of Duty. No, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna have that Final Fantasy VII memory moment. It's not even gonna have the Persona type memory moments, because I fondly remember Persona 2. And, well, I'm not getting that back anytime soon, but I don't see that kind of work coming from companies like Ubisoft, Activision, and EA. So what am I going to remember from EA? A multiplayer Battlefield? Okay. It's same case as in the Call of Duty multiplayer. I barely remember any of my multiplayer quote-unquote exploits or games Aside from, I don't know. No, no, I don't. I remember my Jedi Academy stuff mostly because Jedi Academy's combat system and mods allowed for a lot of replay value. But I'm not gonna get that out of Battlefield. I'm not gonna get that out of Call of Duty because you know you gotta pay for that DLC. So these titles and companies are frankly not memorable, and their type of work or line of work is pretty much mid-tier. Mid-tier, possibly preferred tier. I don't want to put them low tier because there's a lot of effort. The problem I have with them, or I feel with them, is that they do not go beyond. That's about it. You know, it just feels like, all right, another Call of Duty multiplayer spam fest. I'm not gonna get engaged with the story or anything, except Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, multiple endings and all that. But I'll have to do a game design run back on that. But yeah, that's about it. So again, Wii U owners, do you really feel bad about not having these titles on the Wii U? Or is it just this thing where, oh, the other consoles are getting this, I should be getting this too? Because frankly, to me, it just seems like there's not much to miss. Oh boy, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Great, you're done with that. What's next? Well, multiplayer? Okay. DLC? Okay. What else? Far Cry. I don't know about Far Cry 4. I don't know which team is working on this, which Ubisoft is working on this, because they have a fuck ton of studios from what I can tell. You know, you gotta chug in one ass screed per year, or now two, so I can only imagine that they have multiple teams, right? So, I don't see it as memorable. I don't know about Far Cry 4, but I highly doubt it's going to be as memorable as, let's say, the remake of Shadow Warrior or any Borderlands. Because Borderlands is kind of memorable to me. When it comes to single player, its progression and all that. More memorable than Battlefield, though. Or Call of Duty. But you see what I mean? So, when it comes to these companies, you know, taking this high and mighty attitude, I just go, okay, sure. What else? So yeah, again, gotta repose that question and ask you guys, are you really missing much? Is it really worth it? Are any of these guys memorable at all? Start a discussion. Talk about it. Give me a reason to give a fuck about Call of Duty not being on the Wii U and why I utterly should feel annoyed by that. Because frankly, these companies are already on my out of my radar when it comes to, you know, memorable gameplay or memorable game story and all that. Anyhow, let's have a discussion, people. If anything, just drop a comment. Later, people.